This is PinkCloud ASMR. I thought that it would be kind of cool to play around with some books and read a chapter from one of my favorites. So I'm hoping you all enjoy this. The book that I have selected for you all tonight is one of my favorites. I actually took the cover off a long time ago, and you can see that it has been worn on the edges, but it definitely is one of my favorite books. And you might already recognize this based on the color and, well, you can't really see the color, but based on how big it is. This book is 870 pages long, and it is a part of a 7-book series that is very popular. And this particular book was turned into a multi-billion-dollar franchise. There's also 8 movies that go along with this book, and also a theme park. So, have you guessed yet? That's right. This is a Harry Potter book. Now, I am a huge Harry Potter fan, and I am really excited to read to you all tonight. So, you can see that I wrote, "I love Dan R." on the cover of this, because I was obsessed with Daniel Radcliffe and still am. So, this is Harry Potter and The Order of the Phoenix by none other than J.K. Rowling. So I'm going to read one of my favorite chapters to you all, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to start on page 179, and I will finish on page 182. I know that's only 3 pages, but I just want to get a short amount in. It does take quite a while to read out loud and read the book, so I wanted to just do a short snippet of chapter 10. That way you all could decipher whether or not you enjoy the story time, and I can always continue with these and continue to read as time goes on, because I still am under the 15-minute mark. I'll have to be under the 15-minute mark until I get more views, so I really appreciate you all. You guys are great. And pop your headphones in and read along with me if you like, or you can relax and close your eyes. Alright, so I'm going to take my lighted bookmark and turn that on. Oops. Okay, just for extra light. There's so many chapters in this book. Tonight I will be reading from chapter 10. And I hope that you all enjoy my British accent. I feel like if I'm reading Harry Potter, I have to do a British accent, so bear with me if any of you all out there are Brits and you find my accent not up to par. I do apologize in advance. So I like to take my book light and clip it onto the back. Alright, so let's cut this on. here is the artwork for Chapter 10. Chapter 10. Luna Lovegood. Harry had a troubled night's sleep. His parents wove in and out of his dreams, never speaking. Mrs. Weasley sobbed over Creature's dead body, watched by Ron and Hermione, who were wearing crowns, and yet again Harry found himself walking down a corridor ending in a locked door. He awoke abruptly with his scarf prickling to find Ron already dressed and talking to him. "Better hurry up. Mum's going ballistic. Says we're going to miss the train." There was a lot of commotion in the house. From what he heard, as he dressed at top speed, Harry gathered that Fred and George had bewitched their trunks to fly downstairs to save the bother of carrying them, with the result that they had hurtled straight into Ginny and knocked her down 2 flights of stairs into the hall. Mrs. Black and Mrs. Weasley were both screaming at the top of their voices. "Could have done her a serious injury, you idiots! Filthy half-breeds, besmirching the house of my fathers." Hermione came hurrying into the room, looking flustered just as Harry was putting on his trainers. Hedwig was swaying on her shoulder, and she was carrying a squirming Crookshanks in her arms. The owl fluttered obligingly over and perched on top of her cage. "Are you ready yet?" "Nearly. Ginny all right?" Harry asked, shoving on his gloves. "Mrs. Weasley's patched her up," said Hermione. "But now Mad-Eye's complaining that we can't leave unless Sturgis Podmore's here. Otherwise the guard will be one short." "Guard?" said Harry. "We have to go to King's Cross with a guard?" "You have to go to King's Cross with a guard," Hermione corrected him. "Why?" said Harry irritably. "I thought Voldemort was supposed to be lying low, or are you telling me he's going to jump out from behind a dustbin to try to do me in?" "I don't know. It's just what Mad-Eye says," said Hermione, distractedly looking at her watch. "But if we don't leave soon, we're definitely going to miss the train." "Will you get down here now, please?" Mrs. Weasley bellowed, and Hermione jumped as though scalded and hurried out of the room. Harry seized Hedwig, stuffed her unceremoniously into her cage, and set off downstairs after Hermione, dragging his trunk. Mrs. Black's portrait was howling with rage, but nobody was bothering to close the curtains over her. All the noise in the hall was bound to rouse her again anyway. "Harry, you're to come with me and Tonks," shouted Mrs. Weasley over repeated screeches of "Mudbloods! Scum! Creatures of dirt! Leave your trunk and your owl. Alice is going to deal with the luggage." "Oh, for heaven's sake, Sirius, Dumbledore said no." A bear-like black dog had appeared at Harry's side, as Harry clambered over the various trunks, cluttering the hall, to get Mrs. Weasley. "Oh, honestly," said Mrs. Weasley despairingly. "Well, on your own head be it." She wrenched open the front door and stepped out into the weak September sunlight. Harry and the dog followed her. The door slammed behind them, and Mrs. Black's screeches were cut off instantly. "Where's Tonks?" Harry said, looking around as they went down the stone steps of number 12, which vanished the moment they reached the pavement. "She's waiting for us just up there," said Mrs. Weasley stiffly, averting her eyes from the lolloping black dog beside Harry. An old woman greeted them on the corner. She had tightly curled grey hair and wore a purple hat shaped like a pork pie. "Watch her, Harry," she said, winking. "Better hurry up, hadn't we, Molly?" she added, checking her watch. I know, moaned Mrs. Weasley, lengthening her stride. "But Mad-Eye wanted to wait for Sturgis. If only Arthur could have got us cars from the Ministry again, but
Fudge won't let him borrow so much as an empty ink bottle these days. How muggles can stand travelling without magic? But the great black dog gave a joyful bark and gambolled around them, snapping at pigeons, chasing its own tail. Harry couldn't help but laugh. Sirius had been trapped inside for a very long time. Mrs. Weasley pursed her lips in almost a petunia-ish way. It took 20 minutes to reach King's Cross by foot, and nothing more eventful happened during that time than Sirius scaring a couple of cats for Harry's entertainment. Once inside the station, they lingered casually beside the barrier between platforms 9 and 10 until the coast was clear. Then each of them leaned against it in turn and fell easily onto platform 9 3/4, where the Hogwarts Express stood belching sooty steam over a platform packed with departing students and their families. He was really going back. "I hope the others make it in time," said Mrs. Weasley anxiously, staring behind her at the wrought iron arch spanning the platform, through which new arrivals would come. "Nice dog, Harry," called a tall boy with dreadlocks. "Thanks, Lee," said Harry, grinning, as Sirius wagged his tail frantically.